It's your good buddy Rue here to continue his plan to escape from the comic book fort. I continue these semi-regularly, no, these non-regular um, chronicles with you, so my faithful viewer, you can learn from my mistakes and successes. I'm also doing my best to start maybe making smaller reviews, like maybe 3 or 4 trades at a time. That might get me to do this on a more regular basis and also hopefully keep them under 15 minutes. Whoever does these videos, and just between you and me, doesn't know how to shut up. And finally, the last video I did, there were some just the text version, the stuff at the bottom of the screen here, um, edit problems throughout, like just typos and just general stupid errors that I was too lazy to ever go back and fix. That was pretty embarrassing. So here we go. Iron or the War After. Iron, because I'm not going to say the whole title the entire time, is an original graphic novel published by Archaea. Archaea. I'm going to go with Archaea. They're the same publisher that gave you Mouse Guard, so show some respect. And this is written, illustrated, created by SM. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and put that right there. Vidari. I've never heard of him either. But I've said this before. The reason I read the entire previews magazine that I get from the comic book store that I go to every month, and I know that DCBS sells them, and most stores might sell them to you at a massive discount or just give them to you for free. Doesn't hurt to ask. Is because sometimes you take a chance on things that just catch your eye, and I did that with. Okay, I looked it up. His first name is Shane, so I'm just going to call him Shane. Actually, Shane Michael, but I don't think he's a country western singer, so it's Shane. As I did with Shane, and I'm very, just based on the art alone, I'm very happy with my purchase. The art here, I'm assuming it's watercolors. I don't know anything about art. He makes every single page, every single panel strikingly emotive. Like, I don't need to know what they're talking about to know that there's drama going on here. Of course, I picked the page with the gun, so it's fairly obvious there's drama. But it's also it's very simple. There's nothing to distract the reader. Shane is comfortable and confident enough in his own art that in what he's doing that he doesn't need superlative bullcrap like a busy shelf unit or something behind him to cover up for the fact he has no idea what he's doing. Shane, whatever, his art is gorgeous. The art made me feel something, but on the other hand, the writing left me very just wanting. This is a murder mystery set in a civil war, told from 3 different angles. And at the end of all this, I was kind of unclear at who or what I was really supposed to care about. I understood the Civil War. I kind of got the sides, but I didn't really have an opinion on either. I didn't care who won. The murder, it was tragic and sad, but it was just kind of mundane there at the end. Like, maybe it was just another day in a Civil War, and that might have been the point. I'm not sure. It just really wasn't clear. Apathy really took over as I got towards the end of this book when it came to relation with the characters. This is a beautiful book to look at, and honestly, it took me so long to write this review because I kept kind of just getting stuck by the pages. It's amazing, yeah. This is just gorgeous. I can't say enough about how pretty this is. I doubt I'm gonna reread it anytime soon. It really is just basically an art book. Essential X-Men Volume 11. I'm not exactly sure the demographics of the person who, the people who watch it. People who watch, I crack me up. But there used to be a time, and I have an itchy nose. I'm not picking it. It's just, there we go. Not so distant past when comics sold hundreds of thousands of copies. No, not just your gatefoiled, hologrammed, rebooted extreme #1s that destroyed everything and killed everybody off or brought them back or whatever. But just random everyday comics. X-Men 281 probably sold more comics than X-Men 4 will sell all year. Please don't look that up because there's no way that's true. And I'm not actually. Someone look that up. Find out. Um, it wasn't. It wasn't just the comics that were divisible by 25 that sold. Um, and you only need to read this collection to know why. Essential X-Men 11 wraps up Claremont's 15-year run, and no matter what, and again, I write for a site that does comic book news, so sometimes I read rumors that I don't know if they're true or not, and I don't really care. Despite whatever backroom reasons Claremont left the X books, he went out on top. It's been maybe 15, 20 years since I've read like X-Men, what we'll call X-Men 1 through 3, what just ended a couple years ago with X-Men Legacy, like that 200 run. It's been a long time since I read the beginning, the first 3 issues, and oh my god, I forgot how awesome they were. This is how you launch a book. 3 issues, a contained story that was action-packed and the plot made sense. You didn't need like 10,000 years of continuity to figure it out. There was a new status quo that lasted beyond just 5 issues before the next massive reboot. I was excited for what was happening. This was back in the day when on Mondays I would go to school and there wouldn't just be the people who had the AV club talking about the comics I read over the weekend. There were people in most of my classes. Hey, did you read X-Men? Did you read Teen Titans? Did you read this? This was a popular book, and it was awesome. X-Men 1 through 3 was great. But before that even, we get the greatest crossover never to be collected. Muir Island Saga. Why is this not... why don't I have a hard, oversized HC of the Muir Island Saga? I've read parts of... Basically, the Muir Island Saga, the Shadow King takes over Excalibur and brings in a whole bunch of the other X teams, and everybody has to fight, and this is what put Legion in a coma. I never knew that until, like, maybe 3 days ago when I finally got to reading this. Well, I knew it because I Wikipedia, but I never knew it. The essential formats bring in all parts of a crossover, so I'm not missing the X Factor issues in here. Just fantastic cross between Extinction Agenda and Executioner Song is Muir Island Saga, and I love Essentials. 500 plus pages, $20. Yes, sometimes I miss color. Yes, you hear my dog barking. He's yelling at me. I'm gonna do this. I'm almost done. But then I look up, like, how much would these 500 pages have cost if I got them in trades that just collected 6 issues each? And I realized, you know what? It's completely worth the price to me to lose a bit of color. Finally, I said 3, The Shade. Anybody who watched this, has been watching this, that's really annoying me, scratch my nose the entire time. I'm sorry. Anybody who's watched this for the past couple of years knows that I just love Starman. They're all over there somewhere. And I just fell hard. Just from the first trade, I couldn't put it down until I read all 6 hardbacks. Not even just trades, hardbacks. And when I'd go so far as to even say the Starman is the bee's knees. When the Shade series was announced, I had to force myself not to buy the single issues. I was waiting for... I'm sorry, hold on. Something that would match my Starman hardcovers. Look, this is beautiful. We have the beautiful, like, the cover matches what's... oh, I love these things. This is a great format. Instead, what I get is this trade. It's a trade. It's nothing special, but you'd think DC would want to make a bunch of money off of anal people like me who want everything in their collection to match, and this most assuredly does not. I would have paid this price for this. And so, it's a beautiful story. If you like Starman, you'll like The Shade. If you've never read Starman, the beauty of this was you don't need to. It was really, really very self-sufficient. You don't need to read Shade to understand anything that happened in Starman, and you don't need to read Starman to understand anything going on in Shade. It is a brilliant way to do... it's 12 issues. I'll just call it a maxi series. Especially as many years have been separated between Starman and this coming out. So that's a pretty cool accomplishment to be able to do that. I kind of, unlike Iron, where the art carried the story, the art is the problem in The Shade. It's only the first 4 issues, but and then we got it's just unimpressive, but the first 4 issues of a 12-issue series is the first third of the book. I'm glad I got this in trade now and I didn't get it because I probably would have given up. We have great artists in here, Darwin Cook, Jill Thompson, Jean Ha, who, because of the opening act, I really never trusted the art in this book, no matter how good it got. I just never trusted it. But you know what? Notwithstanding, again, I'm a writer guy, I'm a story guy. Notwithstanding some really, I just said notwithstanding not 5 times in like a minute. It's a fantastic book. I really wish it was a bit larger and harder. Shut up. But I'll take what I can get. No, really, shut up. You don't need this book to enjoy Starman, and more importantly, you don't need Starman to enjoy The Shade. Oh, check it out! I'm totally under maybe even 13 minutes if I can wrap this up quickly. That's it for this time. I'm going to try and be more consistent, but I've said that, 20 times now, so take that for what it's worth. Again, I think I'm going to keep with the smaller episodes, 3-4 trades. And until then, later, peeps.